I think I got it. Hi. So, I just wanted to be very real and come to you in a place or in a space of reality. We've got Neptune in Pisces right now. And that brings us to a place of, from my own personal experience, imagination. Pisces rules the things that we don't see, but we feel, the subconscious, and, Neptune being in there, and that's his natural home. It's this dreamy energy, and it's playing a beautiful part in our creation of what we have experienced, what we want to experience, but it's a dance between that part of the influence of the now moment, as well as this. I had such a good weekend and got to spend good healing time with other people, but also in loving myself and loving my body. It was also a time of cleansing. It's kind of like your house, you like your house clean. You like it to smell good. And in that, you get the gift of this beautiful energy that becomes your home. And it's the same thing with the body. Cleansing the rooms, making more space, painting walls, changing colors, changing style, and building furniture in there that's lasting. That kind of becomes a metaphorical symbol for our bodies, is a house. And not to get biblical on you, but Jesus talks about we are a house with many rooms. It's important to know what's filling those rooms. But how do we do that? I feel a season right now for me of learning how to listen. Listening in the sense of listening to the external as far as people, relationships, but also learning to listen to that inner, what Eastern culture would call the yin, the feminine, the receptive, the internal intuition that has its own language, that it speaks to you, to your consciousness. Learning how to listen ties in with the body, because that's sort of how you listen to your body. You could wait until you start hurting and you hear it externally, as far as broken bones or cancer developments, pains, aches. Those are all external language speaking. It's speaking to you. And even in a sense it is listening, but it's speaking louder than if you were to just hear that subtle pull or emptiness or tension. Tension is sort of a representation of a denser form of energy. And when we talk about energy, it's not necessarily a black or white, good or bad. I mean, energy just is what it is. And, we all are working on cleansing our denser energy, our darkness, bringing the darkness into the light, and that goes with the body, because the body holds memories beyond what our mental understanding is on so many levels. I believe beyond this incarnation, beyond this existence, that the other existences that our eternal consciousness, our eternal self, our God self has experienced, when it comes into being in rebirth into this dimensional energy, that you carry those memories with you, and many come from this life as well, and experiences that we've had before we can even remember. There's no real class teaching us, or at least the majority of the public, how to listen. I think that's one of the beautiful, loving and wise ways the universe is supporting us, is with that Neptune and Pisces, and all of the other astrological, planetary, placements and movements right now. But, this one in particular that I really feel connected to, especially this morning, just that dreamy energy that stirs that part of you that's not seen, that inner part that is who you are as a person, that spirit, the formless. You can tap into that, and you can really listen and play with life. It becomes such a beautiful thing when you can interact with all that is, all around you. I would say it's not even the universe, or it is the universe. It just doesn't stop there. It's creation. It's all things that are alive. All things have there's some sort of scientific, technological thing that they just created a couple years ago, and I think they ran a test on it. I think it was last year. And found out, they wanted to smash two atoms together and really see what made up existence. Getting into quantum understandings and quantum views of reality, and bringing that into the physical. It's not even just this unseen thing. I mean, it's becoming tangible. Well, they smashed these particles together, which I don't necessarily support, but one of the things that we have learned out of that is that there is a similar particle that is in all particles. One thing that is in everything. Though the particle itself is not solid, it's still a thing moving around a thing, which is an atom. I mean, it never stops. It's like spinning planets and orbits all the way down to the molecular level. But, they called it the God particle. It's creation. It's that imprint of creation in all things, and you can start to interact with life when you really connect to that, because you are made up of that. Call it whatever you want. Call it God, call it goddess, call it Gaia, call it eternal being, call it Kuan Yin, call it, just the different names that we as beings with minds, learning how to communicate through vocabulary, use, whatever that means to you. It's that similar force that is pure love and pure light within us all, and we can listen and we can play with that, and it's always talking. I have a beautiful friend named Orenda Star, and she, like many, listens, and she's been having the joyful experience of getting, God talking so directly to her through numbers, something that she loves. Her own makeup is brought this passion of math and numbers, and it's such a personal relationship with the creator and creation, and being that triad of existence. And it's so fun to watch because it can speak to us in personal ways in every moment. And it's not even that you have to have some spiritual experience, it's just that you become so aware of life around you, within you, that it all talks. It all dances. The trees trying to talk to us, our animal friends trying to talk to us, Speaking of animal friends, this is my fish's dishes. He's a beautiful beta, and he has got a personality of his own, and learning how to stop and listen. The animals are talking to us. The trees are waving and blowing in the wind and trying to get our attention. It's like kids running around, they want your attention in a loving way. And that's what life is doing for us. It's dancing, and it's smiling, and it's doing cartwheels to get your attention. Anybody with kids, you guys know, your kids do the funniest things. And then they look over at you like, oh, were they watching? Oh. And when you do, they light up. It's the same. It's the same idea with all of life. And it can seem boring and it can seem mundane, but there is so much beauty in that. It being winter time here on this side of this part of the Earth's body. Winter, fall, winter, this time of year is so quiet, slow, and people get bored, and that's when meditation and the inner arts become a gift, because you're never bored. You can practice moving around your energy and people don't even know. Eyes open, eyes closed. Just, it's a matter of mind becoming a tool to, where your thought goes, your energy flows. And so if you practice that or play around with it, you're never bored. And it's healthy. It supports it's life affirming. It supports your growth. Giving you health and vibrance, and being playful is healthy. Kids just, not even just kids. I love going outside to play. I come back after being out in nature and I just feel alive, glowing. I can feel the field around me vibrating in a different sense, and I really encourage all of you guys. And my grandparents watch. I love you. And I encourage you. You're never too old. Physical age is just a part of one aspect of reality. Your flowers can talk. If you sit long enough with anything and give it your attention, it will talk. At first, it's going to be like, you don't really want to hear me. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to say anything to you. But as you sit and you wait and you show and you earn respect, especially if you've never done it or you've been somebody in your life who you aren't so proud of and not you being super disconnected from nature, but it's never too late. And it just makes life worth living. It makes it fun. It makes it happy. And I don't know. I could go on. But I just wanted to come to you in a real state. And, this weekend was such a beautiful weekend for me. But I also got to incorporate some healing, cleansing modalities. I got to do a sweat. And then I got to soak in the hot springs, and they're fun and they're relaxing in the moment, but they are really supportive of your body's cleansing. Getting to sweat, using your sweat to be the detox instead of just your, bowel movements or throwing things up or whatever your blood cleanses. But it really supports your body, and it triggers and activates. And so I've got a little bit of this this thing going on. It's not a cold, it's not a bug, it's just my body detoxing itself. And so, I'm in this state and I'm like, oh, what a great way to show up for you guys and to share this journey in a real way. That this is what it's about. This is what we're up to. Living life, loving ourselves, and sharing our experiences. And the sun comes out. I got an article coming up. I'll keep you guys posted on that. That's one of the focuses for my year, is allowing creation to bring benevolent opportunities for me to share and to encourage others to share, and just to have not just a foundation, but a platform, not in like a hierarchy kind of way, but a healthy platform which I can share, and that I can also share with others who have something important to say. We're all a part of this. We're all important. We are the body of this new, and that means we all have something to bring. And I would love the opportunity to hold that space for others to share. So these are some things I'm working on this year. Tomorrow